we're going to look at substitution method as a way of solving a system of equations. So as a reminder, the word system of equations just means there's two equations and we're going to try to solve to figure out when they have the same exact point or coordinate. It's called the point of intersection, where the two lines are the same. Before, we did equal values method, where the two equations are both in that y equals format, and you can make the equations equal to each other. But now, only one of the equations is in that y equals formatting, and the other equation is not. It's called standard form. So what we're going to do is we're going to substitute. We're going to take what this particular equation is telling us that y equals. I know that y equals x plus 7. So I'm going to go down to my other equation, and I'm going to replace this y with x plus 7. So we write it like this: -5. Replace the y with x plus 7 using parentheses, and then continue writing out the rest of the equation. Plus 3x equals -13. And from here, this is just a normal solving equation. So as long as you can do that first step of substituting. So to solve this equation, step number 1, we need to use the parentheses to multiply by -5. -5 times x, -5x. -5 times 7 is -35. Keep the rest of the equation. What I like to do next is combine the like terms. I notice we've got a -5x and a plus 3x on the same side of the equals, so I can add those together. -5 plus 3 would be -2x minus 35 equals -13. Now try to get the x by itself. Undo the -35 by adding 35. Can't stop. And -13 plus 35 is 22. Divide by -2. And we get x equals -11. Don't stop here. When you solve for x, that is not your final answer with a system of equations. There's two equations, and there were two variables, x and y. So we need to go back, plug in our answer of x equals -11, and calculate the y. So we've got y equals, change the x plus 7, put in our number of -11. -11 plus 7, which is -4. So we got y equals -4. Then we can use the other equation that's a little bit more complicated and plug in both of our x and our y number to check our answer. So to check our answer, I'm going to take this bottom equation, -5y plus 3x equals -13. And I'm going to plug in the y that we got of -4 and the x that we got of -11 and check, does that calculation equal -13? So -5 times -4 is +20, and 3 times -11 is -33. -20 minus 33 is -13, which checks out with the other side. So our answer was correct. I'll do one more example of substitution. First step, find one of the equations that's in like y equals or x equals form. In this case, the first equation is x equals, and it tells me the second half, what does x equal? -3y plus 4. So I'm going to go down to this second equation where the x is. I use parentheses and replace the x with the -3y plus 1. So it'll look like this. 4, replace the x with the -3y plus 1, and keep the rest of the equation. -3y equals -11. Once I've taken what x equaled and substituted it into that second equation, now we solve for, this case we're solving for y. So we're still going to start by multiplying by 4. 4 times negative 3y is negative 12y. And 4 times plus 1 is plus 4. And then rewrite. Then I would look to combine any like terms. On the same side of the equation, we've got negative 12y minus 3 more y. So we can write that as negative 15y plus 4 equals negative 11. To get the y by itself, we can undo this plus 4 by subtracting 4 on both sides. Negative 11 minus 4 more is negative 15. And then divide by negative 15 on both sides, and we get y equals 1. It's possible to get a fraction or a decimal answer, but as your 9th grade teacher, I'm not going to do that to you. All right, but don't stop here. Once you know what y equals, you need to go back, plug it in to calculate what the x answer would be. So we had x equals negative 3y, but replace that y with what we got as an answer at the bottom, 1 and plus 1. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3, plus 1 would give us that x is negative 2. And now that I have both an answer for x and y, I'm pretty confident that I'm finished, so I'm going to go check my work. I'm going to take this last equation that's a little bit more complicated, 4x, plug in our x number of negative 2, minus 3y, substitute our y answer of 1, and check does that equal negative 11. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, minus 3 times 1 is 3, negative 8 minus 11. 3 more is negative 11, which checks with our answer on the side. So this is the substitution strategy.